There we go. Good morning and happy Thursday. Let's see. Let's set up today. We are hopefully doing the basis PR. Good. I was playing around with this a bunch more last night. Probably to my wife's chagrin. Oh, the music's a little mellow right now. Real mellow. Good morning. How's it going, Carter? So I added some logging to the Godot code and printed out what the invert command was doing. You can see that 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2, all these elements here. Okay. And I did the same thing in the Rust code. I started to visually compare them. Okay. These are really close. The Rust has more precision than the other. I don't know if that's just a floating point representation in the printf. It is what it is, but these elements at the top seem to be fine. Right? We have those elements seem to make sense. So if we look at what 0, 0 is, 0, 1 is 0, 2, we have element 0, x, y, and z. And then for the C, D, S, there's some other values in there. Then once we get down to the bottom where we start looking at the, well, I don't know, I was calling it I forget what, and living the dream. Yeah. Aren't we all? No, we're not all living the dream. Having fun coding though. I love coding. I gotta stretch. I love coding. I'm gonna picking up a couple of those 8 gigabyte Raspberry Pi 4s. Setting up little school computers for the kids using Raspberry Pis. Gonna be pretty slick. Oh yeah, here's I, the cofactor stuff. The elements are fine up here. And C, I think was okay. Wasn't C okay? Let's check C again. C, 6, 5, 9, 8. Yeah, that one's fine. The one we have issues with, this one down here. This one right here. So I started to print out what was actually used in the calculation. This is what it should be. So if you look up and kind of parse the cofac macro manually, this is what you should get out of it. And when I add an instrumentation or just some logging, it says what it's actually using. You'll notice that these two values are the same. What? Why? Why are those two values the same? And that's where I left off last night before trailing off to sleep. Actually, it was much before that. I did this after dinner. Anyhow. So I want to figure out why these two values are the same. Go find that code and work backwards. See, was it YY? I think it's YY. These two elements at the end here. Self elements 0.z and elements 2.x. And YY here. Those should not both be the same thing. There's something somewhere setting this last value, something that's incorrect. Elements 2.x. Is 2.x used up above? It is used up above. Those values are correct. I wonder if we are printing it out up above. Let's check up here on line E2. It's going to be the first one. Oh, that's a different value, isn't it? Yeah, this value here and this value here are different. So when does E2 change? E2.x. Wow, I don't see anything that's changing this. Oh, maybe set X somehow. Oh, it is right there. Oh, no. Okay, so we have to, I see, we have to calculate all the values and then call set X, set Y, and set Z. That's what's going on. So the call to set X is actually changing the value that we need to compute Y. That's what's going on. Okay. Let's extract this. Oh, wait. Let's use Rust Analyzer. What? Not found. Code action not found. Oh, come on. You can do it, Rust Analyzer. Nope, it didn't do it. Okay. We're going to rename this CI left bracket. Just going to call it X. So clever. Let X equal to that. So we have a bunch of print line stuff. Move that down. Oops. Do the same thing for Y. And then for Z, bump those down. And that's just going to work. Oh, this would be awesome if this works. Spent so much time on that yesterday. Let's pass. There it is. Transpose works. All right. So that should work. Let's just double check that. All right. We also got some feedback. Oh, I had an encoding error on my. I wish they had a better way in Twitch to like reload the video if you get an encoding error. Just let me hit a button that restarts the video. Seems like it should be easy. Okay, there we go. We have these elements. There's, oh, that's right, the feedback. The feedback. I'm gonna go to PD native. Pull requests. I addressed most of it. Okay, so there's my comment, implement feedback. Oh, don't work around CI. Yep, I get it. That's a good comment. Basically, I had a PR out, but I had the broken code commented out. Basically, they're saying that, well, if we merge it, then we have dead code. We'll not do that in the future. Let's have separate tests. We're going to break these down into separate tests real quick. Oh, code and identifiers in indoc comments should be surrounded by backtick since they are parsed as markdown. Okay. Ooh, we'll have to look through those real quick. So let's break these out. Address this. I think we'll, after we get this PR kind of squashed and cleaned up, go back to working on translating more of the game. This has been really kind of a neat learning experience, learning a little bit more about how to compile this, how functions get registered. I'm just gonna copy that code he had. It looked really good. Copy the code they had. There we go. Oh, I see. Symbol and symbol link should be used to make it stand out from normal text. Let's see, what did they say? Set as sane. Permanent. Oh, I see a struct foo pound method to make. Oh, nice. Oh, that'd be really nice. Where were we? This one is Euler. We'll go through and clean up the unused values in a bit. Scaled. Let's put that in a register. A couple more. A lot of these comments are not useful anymore. How's it going, Mazian? Any weekend plans? Oh, how'd your building project go? Slowly. Remember you having to drag the ply in. Oh, nice. You're looking to do a little bit of concrete or a lot of bit of concrete? Yeah, depending on your setup, having it rain on concrete can actually be a really good thing. Helps it cure. Hmm. But yeah, having your forms move, that's not fun. Ooh, have fun at your one-on-one. All right, I'm gonna restart this. Yeah, living in the mountains. We get snow, we get rain, we get dry 2 months later. There we go. Should have done this first. Just want it done though. Want to get on to the next thing. Oops, missed one. Destruct and I'll let the test vectors. Oh, I just. That's really nice though. And most of this is, I mean, we could just string substitute that. I think there's only one that actually uses a different vector, different value. I don't think anything uses V or VN. I think it's just B and BN. Yeah, and this is probably the only one that uses normalized version. Really, V and VN shouldn't be returned because they're never used. Strip that out. To underscore V or VN. Filling characters. There isn't a there isn't a normalize on B. Got the comma. Undo that. All right, and let's remove some of these comments, which are useless. Okay, got that. So I figured out what the problem was. I don't know if you caught that earlier. But it turns out, let's see, in here, yeah, I added a ton of debugging. Also added a bunch in the C++ code. I ran the C++ code, see what was going on. Ton of values out. Let's clean this up. The problem here. The problem was that we were setting the X vector and then using one of those values to calculate the Y vector. So we needed the original X value solution is to calculate them all and then set them all. That's why Y and then Z were broken, because we were setting them and then using the value. So those work now. Great. Or copy the array. Yeah, or copy the, yes. True. Yeah. Hmm. I think I like that better. We wouldn't have self sputtered all over there, but oh, that needs to be new vectors still. Ooh, that's nice too. Okay, let's do that. Elements backtick 0. TGN, that's X. One. That looks so much better. Doesn't move the binding up. Oh, let's see. Yeah, that's a good idea. Go back. There we go. Okay. Oh, that's so much better. Thank you. now for the documentation bits. Database is from three vector threes. So now up above you were saying for these, oh shit, I restarted that browser. Scroll up on my phone. I see, so in this case, if we use like this, the link in here, so in this case, I'd have to go figure out where that is. That's Euclid. Where is GD native? Here it is. So our bases and vector basically in the same place. Vector 3, yeah. So they're at the top. It is re-exported at the top of the crate. It's a type alias. Oh, I see. Kind of like that then. Now this doesn't have a function like you were saying earlier. Nice. Oh. So we go back. Go to the browser. Here's identity. And this one should go to, all right, let's just click on one of these so we can get, oh, I see. So it's going to be the same file. And then .method, the method name. That's going to be default. Inverse the matrix. Runs the inverse of the matrix. Okay. Transpose. Wonder if there's a wiki link. Oh, interesting. So just for fun. Also, the number of lines in the comment is important. The first line was a summary. Summary / detailed description go here. Oh, I see. So in this case, Oh, I gotcha. Okay. The summary will show up there. Got it. Matrix is in that. Hmm. Oh, I see. So I need another enter there. Got it. For some of these. Come back to that other one in just a moment. Sanity check. All right, I gotta wake up and wordsmith this. Let's specify Euler angles. Vector format is X, Y, Z. Oh, you can do the list tables and wow, that's cool. Oh, slashes are fine. And there I was on mute. Inner multiline. Oh, interesting. I see. And that uses the markdown format. It says all uses markdown, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. Okay. See, okay, so I think the matrix, this is the response. I'm not sure what, let's ignore that for a moment. It's a rotation matrix. the return value is in GYX or YXZ convention. I see. You can have headers as well. Compound. Got it. Oh, that's cool. Common mark. I mean, that's kind of a given, I think. All right, I'm gonna just nuke that. Ah, this one needs another space. Oh, 2018 is common mark only. Nice. There we go. Oh, it's type method. Thank you. Yeah, that one already has it. Doesn't exist. Pull this over. Using the power of Clippy, turn that on. Actually, I don't know what some of these. See, from diagonal. Like an identity matrix, given the values. Oh, deny missing docs. I don't know about this one. Oh, oh, well, this is the GD native core stuff. I don't think they have they don't have much documented. So, oh, so Z axis. Oh, I see up here. And we have to look at the debug stuff. It said that they wanted not to have debug asserts in there, but asserts would be fine. I did make a comment in the PR. I wonder if they responded to it. It was way up here. Not too far. There's a difference between correctness and bug compatibility. Okay. Permanent. I don't remember if they had this one or if I added it. Check my notes. To access. I'm guessing it's. I added it because the assert is in there. Oh, the browser. My apologies. Sorry. Yeah, I keep getting these. Your browser encountered an error while decoding the video errors, which means that reload the browser window, which is where I usually chat and not on my phone. Okay. Reload. There we go. Now I can kind of preview it again. Thank you for that. All right. What I'm considering here is this set axis angle. Does it ever get used on? It does get used here. Self.rotate. No, it doesn't. It's only used in rotated. I see. And we multiply by ourselves to create a new one, then assign it. What I'm wondering is if this should just be from axis angle, something like that. Most people prefer correctness. All right. The only place that we're using this is in that other function. Oh, I see. Yeah, I don't have to document private functions. The only place we actually use this is here in the rotated. Or we get identity matrix and then set this. I was thinking, well, what if we just said from axis angle and then made that one of the other constructors? instead of setting the axis angle of whatever. Yeah. That's cool. I see. And then we need the exclusive borrow so that we can mutate them and they actually change the object instead of copying them. And for those where, hey, I don't mind that form. Something about reading it up front, like, oh, it's a ref unit, instead of having to get past the equal sign to see what its binding is. Oh goodness, my voice. I need O equals fill on that. Well, luckily we have some tests and we can find out right away. Here. We'll use Rust Analyzer to rename. It's a copy, so the deref isn't needed. That looks better. All right. We got the test set up. Good. Test is sane. Missing documentation for struct field. Elements. I don't have any documentation in here. That is a lot cleaner. Yeah, I've stopped using the getter function so much because of the different sorts of bindings that you can get on just the struct members. The compiler does some really neat stuff with that, where you could borrow a portion of it and then some other portion is exclusive. Yeah, I like it being able to split the borrows. Really useful. Okay. That, I don't think I'm going to touch that one. What are the next three? Oh, rotate. Oh, here we'll just say, see the other one. This isn't true. Well, I think it should be obvious here because it consumes self, turns a new thing. Basis rotated, and this is going to be dot/struct.basis HTML found method dot rotated. Just expose a field, yeah. The compiler can do so much more with it. It's amazing. Right, if you have some sort of structure that represents something and you have to make sure that you don't end up in some bogus state, sure. All right, so here we have that. I think that should be talked about a lot more, just in general, like in the Rust community, because I don't think a lot of people understand that. And then they come from Java or they come from all these other languages, which have setters galore. All right, oh, and this one's missing documentation too. What is quant? Let's see. gonna check box here. Let's scale, determinant, orthogonal index. Oh, get rotation quad. That's what this is. Oh, yes, yeah, okay. Let's see, in this case, we're going to say C cases Euler. Oh, wrong tick on that one. Okay. Oh, screen is black. Here, I clicked on the Godot scene, which isn't even set up today. Thank you. All right, well, apologies about that. Probably drag those out of the way. Enable local preview because that keeps looking out on me, the video. I don't know why. All right. Where are we? Oh, get rotation point. Why? Yeah, and this should just be a rotation quad. Man. I thought wait, what's the difference between this one and what? So we have, let's see. Oh, this one consumes self. Why do I have different ones here? Oops, wrong one. Yeah, and it actually spoke to the matching their API naming. They said only match API naming if you need something to match the C API. Otherwise, use Rust conventions. So I think this one here should be quad. The other one though, 244. I mean, this is more of a into quad, isn't it? There's an issue for removing the getters from the FFI functions. I see. Morning. Morning, Wardley. How are you doing? Yeah, if we do rotate here, that's fine. If we were going to rename these to be more Rust-like, a number of functions that are like that. Like the invert and inverse, like this pair. There's invert and verse. Takes immutable self. This should be like into inverse. And the other should just be invert. Or yeah, this one you're just inverting yourself. I wonder if that would be a welcome change to have it with more of an API like this instead of mimicking more of the Godot conventions. Like this one, into transposed. Determinant, this one, ortho normalized. Rotated. Oh yeah, this is the outline view here that we're looking at. Just going through them, looking at the function signatures. Yeah, if you don't get to the top of it, it does, and then you can do an RG on top of it. So that's what I had done. Get the outline, do an RG. Because once you have this, you can then say, oh, I just want the ones. Well, oh no, I went the other way, didn't I? 529. Good morning. Happy Thursday. That's right. I did do the RG on the file itself. Transposed. So yeah, we have a lot of this. I guess no. Go back. That one should be identity here, not default. More descriptive for is orthogonal. Oh. So close to being done with this. All right, so we have from functions at the beginning. Let's see, what's missing on these? What? Oh, this one needs to point to the other one. struct dot. Oh, you know what? Let's start doing a cargo docs here. Doc? Is there like a only do the current? Go dash dash open. Oh, dash dash package. GD native core. Yeah. Method dot into quat. There we go. What? Function cannot return without recursing. All right. We'll get rid of that. And do this again. I know, that is amazing. How many times did I do that in C just to have like my computer crawl to a halt and have to go find it? Actually, the one that my favorite is we have if foo equals bar. You forget the you forget and do an assignment of an equality check. All right, so well, here's the browser's ready. Let's go to bases. From diagonal, from elements, from Euler, from axis angle. Oh, we didn't get our link here. See, do these work? Vector 3, that works, okay. Yeah, I wonder why this didn't work. Identical to that. If I scroll down and go there, okay, it does go. Was just on screen, I think. Oh, okay, there it goes. So this one worked, but the other one didn't. That didn't go. That one did. Oh, that's into rotated now. If left false equals okay. What? Assignment is actually a type level equality check. Wow. Yeah, no, not doing that. All right, and what about the Graham-Schmidt thing? Here, let's go look. think it's this escaping there. It looks like a valid URL actually. If we take this, yeah, that's fine. Okay, that works. Oh, on a different Wikipedia link. No, that's all the gram we got in here. All right, let's try it without the URL encoding. It wasn't hyperlinked. It was, yeah, it wasn't linkified or hyperlinked, whichever. Okay, let's go to the browser again. Yeah, it was the escaping. That threw for a loop. The determinant function makes you sad. Oh, we can fix it up. Two rotated. Come on. I thought that got fixed. That's on the rotate function. Oh, it's black again. Oh, I hit that thing. Hold on, I'm gonna move that out of my way. Just a moment. There we go. Now it shouldn't happen as much. Okay. Place this into rotated. Why? Oh, because I corrected the name, but not the link. There we go. Okay, got that one. Filler, that one works. Oh, into quad. Okay, well, let's go fix that. I should say basis into quad. Okay. Thank you. It's basics. Now, what about these guys here? Should these be linked to the page they're on, or just kind of in that backtick format in DST space? And why aren't these bold? Go fix that. Okay. All right, got those. Let's bake it again. Oh, the note should be on the new line for that one. The C lines as well. Okay. Back to the top. Oh, they're like, it didn't make it bold. It just made it italicized. I thought underscore would make it italicized. Oh, from axis angle. But, oh, I see. Bold and italic. Let's see, is there a way to link to this without having to like duplicate it? I could say, see Wikipedia, or I don't know. Oh, link. Thought it might work. All right, let's try that. Oops. Slash star question mark space axis. Does that not find it? No, come on. All right, we'll go to. Oh, thank you. All right, we're gonna refresh this. Start out a X. Oh, I see. Yeah, true. Not Morse code. Not yet. Oops, wrong one. close some more of these. How many grams Smith ones in there? Yay. Okay, that did work. Good from the axis angle. This is default. And now it's bold. Dots and punch card. Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's a Z axis. Funny. Did I? Okay. It's probably good for now. Did we get all the debug asserts? Oh, nope. One left. Got the into stuff. Let's run the test. Cargo. Should also run Clippy. Okay, that's looking all right. It says Rust in the punch card. I want to see. It does. Oh, that's so weird. Probably testing something that they had an issue with. That is cool though. All right. Kind of talks, asserts, and invert. Don't forget those Oxford commas. Hold on, get fetch. Make sure that, okay, no changes. Just rebase, GD native master. Good, push. We'll probably do a squash later. Hey, have any feedback on those? Those are ranges. Dot dot equal, dot dot, oh. Oh, wow, yeah. All right, so that should be, where's GitHub? There's a pull request. Let's make sure we got everything. Okay, so we cleaned that stuff up, yes. Clean up this. Okay, did that. Did that. Okay, we got the inverted stuff correct. Finally works. Nice. Oh, did the test pass? 29. Lovely. Oh, there was an interesting one in their list of easy ones to pick up or good first issues. Where was it? Okay, so we had been working on this one here. Oh, not in the browser. We've been working on this one here. Oh, this one was opened 10 hours ago. Create typed arrays from slices of their respective member types. Okay, but this one here, adapter for consuming GD script custom iterators, that's kind of neat. But this one's new also. I wonder how it relates that from iterator and extend for variant collections. Want to collect items from an iterator and then return them in an exported method. Hmm. Best analyzer has a wrapper for ePrint line that panics. Oh, I had to debug his start. Okay, I think it's gone now. I think I got rid of him. From accessing, we got that one. Invert. Oh, this one. Yeah, I snuck that in real quick. Oh, you're in the browser. This one here. Yeah, that. Yeah. This one here, an adapter for consuming GDScript custom iterators. I think they have to have 3 functions. Yeah. Iter init. All right, let's go check on that real quick. It's not in the file. Basis. No lines match. Yeah, that one. I snuck that in. All right, it's over here. Forget. What is arg in these cases? Huh. All right, nailed the mic. All right, well, I actually want to get back to some of the other code. Might start that later. All right, this file can go away. Arg itself, if not. Oh, it's GD script. All right. Where did the other? I had some other terminal been around here. Can I drag these? No, I can't drag them. Oh, that's right. I need to undo. Yeah, there's some stuff in here. All right, let's just close those buffers. We don't need those anymore. Buff to BD. Okay, closed all buffers for that. The status. Just check that out. This is the Godot code. Well, that's fun. Same. Close some of these tabs to the right. I like that Euclid crate. Seems to have a lot of cool stuff in it. Wonder if I should use that for some of the game server stuff. Do they have? I want to see if things overlap. What structure do they have? 2D and 3D boxes, okay. Three D vector, 2D vector, okay. One-dimensional distance. Hmm. Project onto vector. Where? I want to see, do they have things where they can check to see if there's an overlap? Let's say I want to see if a box intersects with a vector. Oh, intersection. That's with another box. If two boxes intersect. I What if they call it something else? Contains? Point 2D, that's not very helpful. Okay. Well, I guess it is. Intersect. 2D, 3D, and rect. Yeah, it's always for self. Okay, what about vector 2Ds? Vector 2Ds intersect? Cross. That's it. Cross product. Basically, I'm trying to see if there's a way to detect when something enters a box. So just any polygon really. So as a player moves about the world, or a monster, whatever, some NPC moves about the world, does their last movement put them into or out of the region that they were in? So I want to check to see if they've crossed a boundary. Create polygons with vector 2Ds. Yeah, that's a point. So I guess I could check to see if their starting and end points were different. Like if it didn't contain it and then it did contain it. Yeah, that makes sense. I could do that. Okay, so going back to the code. Over here, I'm going to close this. What is that? Hmm. All right. Now our current version of the project, we build this cargo build. Just check that it builds. Clean up some windows while it's doing that. All right. Set the screen size. I'm gonna see if, hey, it worked. Ah, there we go. Okay, here's Godot. I'm gonna run the project. Go with game. Oh, and that works too. All right, so far we've got the little development button working down on the bottom right. It persists to local storage. Great. And login will take us to login form. We hit escape, that takes us back. If we hit create account, it doesn't go anywhere. We're going to try to get login working. So one thing that they don't have in Rust, in the Rust version of this code, excuse me, how do you say that? GD script has basically like continuations. So you can yield from a function and then on an event later, continue on from it. It's kind of like Lua, actually, in that sense. Not sure what the technical word for that, if it's a continuation or it's kind of like a cooperative task stuff. They're thinking of adding it to the Rust GD native stuff or version 0.9. Be great, but they don't have that in there now, so we're just going to code around that for a bit. Coroutines. Oh, that's what I was thinking of, coroutines. Foreground. Oh, what was it that we were using there? Back to Godot, file system, scene. Oh, the login scene. Okay, we have a high-level script. We also have a script on username, which I think is just the, yeah, grab focus. That's fine. Fantastic. Generators coroutines is true. But in Rust, it's part of the generator stuff. Oh, I see. All right, so go back to login. Now, here, instead of being able to do this sort of yield, we're going to have to register for some signal and then continue on from there kind of manually. Let's see, how do we actually connect to a signal in Rust here? I wonder if that even works. Oh, it does. It was in their example code. Let's see. Examples, signals. All right, so they have a signal emitter. So in this case, they want to emit a signal called tick. It's fine. Later, they call emit signal on owner. Okay, now on the subscriber side, they get the signal emitter and call emitter.connect. Oh, interesting. So we have to call connect on something. We have the function that we want. Oh, this is the signal name. So we say we want to listen to tick. Give it an object. So this is self, isn't it? Yeah, that's owner to object. I see. So we're downcasting it. It was a label, downcast it to an object. Give it the function that we want it to call. Arguments, and what is this little zero at the end? Oh, thank you for the doc. flags. I didn't know there were flags on connect. Oh no, there's things like one time and stuff like that. So you can say, oh, only do this once, little bits like that. Object class, connect. You know what? Better docs over here. Subject. Methods. Connect. Signal can only be connected once to a method. It will throw an error if it's already connected, unless the signal was connected with connect reference counted. Okay. All right, and where are our flags? Connect flags, there we go. Deferred. Persist. Oh, interesting. You can keep objects connected when you serialize them to a file. One shot is nice. Having things disconnect themselves is very, very helpful. And rough counted. I see. And 0 is it's normal, non-persistent. Multi-shot, etc. Okay. So in this case, I had been connecting to a global object. All right, so let's go look at global. I think some of this needs to be broken up. I like that. We got protocol, uplink. Toying with the idea of swapping out the using Rust networking for, or excuse me, Godot networking for Rust networking. Object connect flags. Takes an I-32, but isn't a flag. Huh. Oh, no, they changed that recently, right? So if it's an enum and it has these, you can say as whatever. I mean, couldn't you do something like that, and it would connect, convert it to that? Yeah, I think you could do as I-32 or actually, I don't even know if you could do that in Godot, if you could have both of them. Yeah, it's gross, but it might work. True, so it does look like it's meant to be combined. All right, and what are we doing for uplink? Uplink. Let me get a sense of this. Write message, read data. I have to say, I would love to be able to use async for this. Right now, it's all timer driven. I'd probably have to stay timer driven. Oh, the as wouldn't work. Man, I really want async on this. I would love to be able to use something like Tokyo networking. Yeah, I mean, this would just be done. All this stuff. Well, there is a bit of a discussion going on with it, and I think that's one of the elements targeted for '09. Not sure on that. So they have this here. Hey, Jummet, can I use yield for that? I could if I was using GD script. I wanted to and not use GD script. But yeah, being able to do this here. But basically, they're talking about building a yield structure, which would implement future. Okay. I wonder, good insights. Network. Or forks, we could go look at forks. Shouldn't block and pull, yeah. What's this one? If they have control of their entire async ecosystem, they could design their scheduler executor runtime to handle blocking though. I think what they're planning on doing is, here, if we go back to that that link, which I lost, copy link address, 84. They talk about being able to let you set up how you want the runtime. So if you want to use Tokyo, you want to use something else, or was that? I wonder where we would tie that in. I don't have to write the general purpose executor. Executor. Hmm. Well, in lieu of having that, I'm going to be in a world where it's probably going to be polling again. It's going to be easier to enqueue messages though. Or we set up a thread. And, oh, that's what we could do. Set up a thread in Tokyo. So spawn a thread, have Tokyo running over there, do all the networking stuff, and just have it push data via channels back over to the Godot land. And then Godot land can either enqueue or dequeue stuff from these channels as it sees fit on a timer or whatever. Hmm. Wonder if there's another way. I like that. I kind of like that idea. Like this do login event. Why can't that be pushed over to something else? Basically have some sort of shim that interacts with the async runtime. We'll just stick it on one thread, fine, by having like Tokyo living in a thread, kind of interacting with the outside world. gRPC? Because some of these are just going to be little shims, right? Little things you plug into the scripts. Then there's going to be this other world which might have other logic running. I think it's mostly going to be the networking stuff that I'm concerned about. That I really want to have living elsewhere. Yeah, channels. I think channels would be pretty good for this. Just, have some sort of enum with payloads that can go across the channel that can be handled in out of the runtime. Oh, and then on this side, oh, that'd be so nice because then it could also emit events, and it wouldn't be timer driven. Oh, no, it still would because we'd have to have a timer driving basically something that just pulls the queue on the Godot side because it's not async yet. We'd have to have a timer on that side. Still kind of suck, but not too bad. It would have to be an unbounded Tokyo channel for non-async send try receive. I see. That's okay. I think that'd be okay here. It's kind of a single box, right? That kind of what they already have here, and basically stuff just kind of buffers up until it gets processed. That should be nice. Okay, let's see if we can set that up. All right. Where's this? This starts in lib. Come on. There we go. We have a bunch of classes. We've got this little init thing. Handle. We could spawn a thread in here. We'd also need to have something that knew how to get a hold of these channels. Maybe using some sort of lazy init for lazy static for holding onto those. One cell, yeah, as a singleton. Okay, this it's starting to take shape. So basically, have two different worlds, right? You know, the shim world, which is then Rust code, hold by the UI. And that code would, don't know if you can stash void. I think you can actually. In fact, I think that's how they represent user data. Oh, I see. Yeah, we'll have to look. Basically, at this point, they build messages. Pass to the channels. And that would be for things that needed to go into the channels. Right? Some things like just changing scenes, whatever, that doesn't have to, we're not pushing that across the boundaries. All you know of Godot is this, yes. Then we have the async thread. Tokyo. I guess. Receive messages. Now, when it does that and it handles the messages, when it sends those responses, what's actually going to handle those on the other side? Would have to be something over here, some sort of a response collector or like a async response emitter. And that's what these would end up listening to. So we'd have to have some sort of response emitter. It would have a timer. Basically, it would have to be in the scene tree. This is pretty much what I call global currently. So if you look at the current code, global has a number of things in it. Like on scene change, whole bunch of stuff. Create account. It's kind of like this thing that bounces data around. Right? You tell it, oh, I want to log in. Right? But this could be, all of these little pieces like this could be replaced with channels and those messages. I wonder if this would work. That might work. I think this over here is really going to be what we need async for. So networking. It's really just going to be a wrapper on the networking code. Now, the shim up here, once these actually do get async support, let's say it's like the futures async, it should be fine to send stuff over the thread, get channels, and then await the responses there. I think that would still work. So eventually, we'd be able to use fewer signals. Yeah, I think that would work. And because I really want to be able to use Tokyo anyways, so just shoving that into its own thread with its own kind of runtime, I think that'll pair well with where the future of their stuff's going. And how does this work? Now, let's say that we did have two threads. So we had thread 1, and this had futures runtime. And then you had thread 2. If you can get the file descriptor from Godot. Oh, I see. I think we'll be able to create our own file descriptor. Although that's an interesting idea. Like Godot create the file descriptor and then take it over. Oh, interesting. So if we had two threads, and one of them was pretty much Godot here, and this is where it seems like they're heading, and then we had this one, having them interact via some sort of channels. This should work, right? I see Tokyo from standard in this. Oh, interesting. Depending, you might be able to send their futures to Tokyo. I think they're just going to use something off the shelf. So it's either going to be like The futures runtime. I doubt they'd pick up something like Tokyo. Okay, that's cool. Oh, this is cool. I gotta get ready for work. But those runtimes are all IO focused. Yeah, yeah, and here they're looking to do something that's just kind of event based, not really IO focused. Because what they need is just signals. Yeah, that's really CPU focused. They're really just looking to basically wrap wakers and wait for certain events to be done in coroutines. Signals, right? Convert a signal to wake events and etc. Yeah, let's take a quick look at right now. Godot. Okay, we have the browser on screen. I think we do. Okay, good. They have some new networking stuff. TCP, stream pure TCP. Here we go. Can we actually get the file descriptor? Get connected port. Oh, we might be able to from the C++ side. Is that no delay? Yeah. Stream pure GD native. What is this? That's incredibly not well documented. Hmm. Oh, I see. So they're like video stream GD native. Basically, some things are kind of exported already. What is stream pure GD native? Let's take a peek. New tab. Source. Go Rust. Interesting. Binds the stream pure GD native to the provided interface. Whatever a stream pure GD native is. Let's open the C++ code. Oops. Get data, put data, partial data. Oh, interesting. Available bytes. So it's interesting. I see. So it's reference counted. I wonder, do they give us access to the file descriptor? Yeah, I think I'm just going to use Godot in this case. Or excuse me, not Godot, but isn't info read write, so you can't wrap it in Tokyo type. Yeah, I think it's best just to use Tokyo on those. Excuse me, not on those, but just as a TCP stream from Tokyo. Or if later on I want to swap it out for UDP, whatever it is. And, all right, well, I think we've got a plan. So next one's probably going to be spawning up Tokyo into its own thread and making a connection to the server. Oh, a proxy. Oh, interesting. No, that's not a bad idea, actually. I mean, it's basically replacing the channels with this other thing. I think I'd rather have the stronger types with the channels. Actually, I don't know. Because if we're just passing bytes back and forth. Yeah, probably. Four times per message, yeah. All right. Well, I should get going. Excited to like try this out. I'm thinking that the Tokyo side of things is really just going to deal with networking and bytes, and the other side, the kind of response emitter or whatever, we're going to serialize things before stuffing them into the channel. So I mean, there's probably going to be a few messages like connect to this IP address or whatever it is. But other than that, I think it's going to be pretty straightforward. The emitter will probably do the deserialization to whatever the type is. So yeah, I'm expecting this to actually be fairly thin. Well, it's going to be Tokyo. So I don't know how thin that's going to be. That should be good. All right. Let's see. What do I want to raid today? Oh, you get the FD, but that's just not exposed. Yeah. Science and tech. Probably rare. Well, let's see. Where do we want to go today? Oh, C++. I wonder if there's any Rust, or if we're like the only Rust people. Just gonna scroll for a moment, let it fill in, then we'll search for Rust. Well, that's all of them. There's no Rust. Wow. All right, start at the top. Oh, somebody's doing some JavaScript, React stuff? No, that's too day jobby for me. All right, we'll go this way. All right, I'm gonna go get some coffee. So, till next time, y'all. Bye-bye.